What's up, good people? Again, it's your boy Ty Will sitting here at one of my favorite spots in Columbia downtown on Main Street called Bourbon. I've been coming here for a few years. Started coming actually in the middle of COVID, smoking cigars out here on the back patio with the owner. Shouts out to you, Eric, if you see this. But I'm sitting here with my guy, my homie, my friend, my established gent community member, my Metro Cigar Group member as well, Correy McCray.
How's everybody doing?
Correy, man, tell them a little bit about yourself.
Correy McCray, originally from Darlington, South Carolina. Met Ty, we met about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
About 2.5 years ago. My father had 3 kids, made that 4, including my dog. Just glad to have the invite, Ty.
Indeed, man. So, as you well know, and people that will see this, no matter when they see it, June of every year is Men's Mental Health Month. So, man, I've been coming together. It's a pretty good cigar. Full body cigar, by the way.
Okay.
But I've been coming together with guys, man, just randomly asking them their perspective on black men's mental health. It doesn't have to necessarily specifically cater to black men, but mainly men in general.
Men in general, yeah.
What does that look like from you? What's your perspective on men's mental health?
To me, men's mental health is very important, but the way it looked for me is being okay without being okay, right? And finding a way or an outlet to be able to just be comfortable with the differences that life might present to you, whether that's getting a therapist, whether that's consulting a friend. But I feel like the first thing we have to admit as men is that we're not okay.
I like that, man. I'm sipping on an old fashioned, by the way. I do my old fashioned with Bullet Rye. If you try something else, kudos to you, but try it with Bullet Rye. You can thank me later in the comments or something. What you sipping on, man?
Right here, I'm sipping on the Maduro L, compliments of bourbon.
Yeah.
It's pretty good, pretty smooth.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Pairs well with the cigar.
For sure, for sure, man. It's a good thing. Beer and bourbons and whiskeys go perfect for a cigar, man. But back to the mental health aspect. I know one thing that I've been focusing on for the past, I would say 7 or 8 years, man, is me.
Yeah, correct.
Making sure that I'm good, making sure that I'm mentally good, physically good, spiritually good, just good as a person. I want to be a good friend. I want to be a good husband again. I want to be a good father in my own right. I don't want it to be shaped how the world makes it seem.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? The world has their own perspective of, or the world has created this perspective that, okay, it should be done this way and this way only. It's almost like, just to give a little backdrop, it's almost like when you graduate high school, the first thing they tell you to do is what?
Go to college.
Go to college.
Yeah.
Everybody don't have to go to college.
College for everybody.
Right? So my perspective is like that when it comes to being a father or a friend, right? I don't want it to be shaped that way. I want it to be shaped organically.
Correct.
One way that I do focus on my mental health is through cigars.
Cigars,
you know what I mean? It's just cigar therapy right here, bro.
Correct.
Like just somebody asks me all the time, Ty, you smoke a cigar every day? And do? Right?
Yeah, and
for one, go ahead.
No, and I'm the same way. For someone that, like I just tell people, hey, I'm at the cigar lounge or I'm smoking cigars. Well, you're always at the cigar lounge, you're always smoking cigars. And I had to break it down to them, right?
Break it down to them.
It's just like, it's almost like, and I gave an example, like a long road trip, right?
Good.
You gonna have that trip, but the cigar can make it 100% more enjoyable. It calms you down. You know, some people, to me, people told me it's been compared to golf, right? Because I said, hey, I smoke cigars, this and that. And they's like, hey, well, that's how I feel about golf. Yeah. You know, so it's definitely therapeutic.
Very much so, man. Steve Harvey said it one time on a clip that I saw him. He was sitting in this trailer. I don't know if you saw this clip, but he was sitting in this trailer and he said, cigars is like yoga because it takes breathing techniques.
Correct.
If you're a cigar smoker or not, you know that you don't supposed to inhale cigars. Some people do, but I don't. I may retro, I may blow it through my nose. That's a little technique that you learn over time from smoking, period. Whether that be cigars, cigarettes, or weed.
Weed, yeah.
Right? It's like yoga. It takes breathing techniques. Oftentimes we inhale the smoke and we just hold it in our mouths. 3, 2, sometimes 5 seconds, slowly blow it out, right? If you're retroing, blowing it through your nose, that's where you're gonna get your full essence of what you're smoking. But I also do that when I do yoga. I do yoga in real life, right? So just sitting there, they teach you to ground yourself, right? Forget about what you got going on before you even got into the atmosphere. Forget about what you got going on next when you leave the atmosphere, just to be present in the moment.
Correct.
Cigars causes us to do that,
correct.
right? So what's one thing that you do to maintain your mental health outside of cigar lounge?
Reading.
Reading.
Yeah, I like to read. I'm not gonna say I read all the time, but when I need to slow down and just relax, I find that when I read, it unwinds me down. It clears my mind, and it kind of makes me forget about what I'm thinking about because I'm focusing on what I'm reading. Yeah.
That's good, man. Any particular books that you read?
The book, you suggested a good book for me. The
Ways of a Superior Man.
The Ways of a Superior Man. Yeah, I've been reading that. I'm not finished that yet. I actually just ordered a journal about Black men's mental health, and I've just been going through with that. Tony Dungy, he has a good like journal thing as well, because he lost his son some years ago,
right.
And it's basically like it gives revelation biblically, but then it also gives revelation like regularly as well. So it's good, and you just jot down your thoughts, how you feeling, and it's pretty good, man. It's pretty good.
Has there been anything in life, it could be 5, 10 years, or 5 days from here, anything that has tried to trigger you, or do certain things trigger you as a man through your day-to-day life, being a father, being who you are in the community and in life with family?
For the most part, I consider myself a laid-back guy, right? So it really, a lot of stuff don't really bother me, or the things that people might think bother me, it don't bother me because I don't care about it. Now, the normal, you mess with my family, you can see a different side, and I just don't like people playing in my face, you know what I mean? But you have to find a way to control that. But but in the work field, that's where I get tested, or I've been tested the most, right? Because you have people of power who think they can handle you any kind of way, but as a man, I have to humble myself, or had to humble myself, and like, okay, well, I know this person won't talk to me like that outside of this environment, but I'm professional, and I can't let this person know that they got the best of me.
That's good.
So I find myself getting upset when I get mad, because it's letting me know that I passed my energy on to them, or I was affected by their energy, and now they got me acting in a way that I normally don't act. So I try to calm that down,
Good breakdown, man. Any activities that you do?
Basketball, running around with the kids. Love sports, so sports, stuff like that.
Yeah, you're a coach too.
Yeah, I'm a basketball coach right now. I'm coaching my 2 sons' team, Collins and Cameron, age 9 and 7. So I'm doing that right now.
You find that therapeutic at all?
It's very therapeutic, right? Because one thing I've learned is my glory days of basketball are over. So the same satisfaction I get now is from pouring back into the kids. But I used to get that satisfaction as a player, right? So it's just like paying it back, paying it forward, and it's very therapeutic.
2 pieces of advice that you would specifically give to men on how to take care of themselves, whether that be mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. 2 pieces of advice.
Two pieces of advice I would say is be your authentic self, right? Because sometimes, and I've been guilty of that in my younger years, of trying to please everybody. And when you're trying to please everybody, you find yourself having to take on different personalities. But I realized that when you're your authentic self, you just have you to focus on.
Yes, sir.
Right? Part of my advice is to find something that you enjoy doing it and do it. Like just routine, find like a routine, right? Because, and I'll say this too, like our version of mental health in the state that we're at now is totally different from how our fathers was raised, right? Because like our fathers kept everything in, they felt like the weight of the world was on their shoulder, and unintentionally they thought it was helping us, but it was hurting us,
Yeah.
right? Because they kept it built in, and then at a time you just go explode, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like just finding an outlet to prevent you from exploding is way better than just keeping it in.
I like that, man. I was talking to one of my barber clients this week, and he explained this so well, I had to add my little piece to it. But he basically said, man, I feel like because I put people, family, jobs, friends ahead of me, made them the priority, he felt like 2 weeks, but before he realized it was 12 years later.
Oh, wow.
And what happens is anytime you suppress your emotions or just you, period, as far as putting yourself as a priority, when you suppress things, it comes with a weight.
Correct.
So it carries you down. Basically what you just said, it holds you down from talking your feelings out, expressing yourself, and before you know it, you explode. You start talking shit to people, you start, lashing out, and now everybody's like, yo, what's going on with you, you know? And then they start labeling you, or they start calling you things that you really aren't.
Yeah.
It's just you've never been seen.
Yeah, correct. So
You've never been heard. But the main thing is you've never put yourself first.
Yes.
Putting yourself first kind of does a disservice to some folk because it seems like it's selfish. Some people will call it narcissistic. Some people will say, man, you just, you're just all about yourself. You ain't think about nobody else. We always hear it, and I always say, if I'm no good, I ain't gonna be no good for nobody else.
Nobody
right?
else. Yeah.
So let me be good. And even if those persons, whether that be male or woman, focus on them being good. It's like, loving yourself teaches you how to love somebody else.
Correct.
So
when we was growing up, it was a lot of things, and I think we had this conversation before, it was a lot of things that our parents wasn't right with, but because I'm an adult, so we didn't have no voice. And then as you grow up, you find yourself a little sheltered and you letting people run over you,
sir.
and that affects your mental health
Yes,
now.
sir.
So one thing I do like with my kids is, as long as it's in a respectful way, I want you to be able to feel comfortable with communicating to me that you didn't like what I did, right? If it's a situation like that. If you don't like it, just tell me. But we working at two things that can happen, right? Or two things that will happen. You finding a way to communicate, but then you finding a way to communicate with respect.
Yes, sir.
Right, and that gonna help you a long ways as you get older.
Yes,
you know?
sir.
So, yeah.
you said some key things, man. What looks like something to you may look like something totally different for somebody else.
Correct.
So the way your kids may respect you a certain way. To me, my kids may respect me a certain way. If we stick to the principles of what respect looks like overall, then we bring back community. Right?
Yeah.
Growing up, man, especially being in Allendale, at the time my grandma's house was on the street with probably about 4 other houses, and every time I would walk by I would see Mr. Benny, older guy, and I'll be going to the store to buy something from my grandma, or she would give me money to go buy something. And he would say, hey, come over here, bring me back the same thing, or da, 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 da. And I'm like, yes, sir, gotta do it. And then over time, as I've gotten older, 20, 30 years later, I'm still saying, yes, sir.
Yes, sir, yes.
Because out of respect. Grandma always told me to respect your elders.
To respect your elders.
Right, so people say, well, you don't have to call me sir. Oh, yes, I do. It's just my way of showing you respect.
Respect.
Right?
And even, I didn't mean to cut you off, but even some of the times when you do it as well, the person might be younger than you, and they be like, they thinking that as you calling them old. Nah, me calling you yes, me saying yes sir, yes ma'am, no sir, it has nothing to do with age. It's about I'm showing you that I have respect.
Yes.
And that goes a long way.
And for the folks that do have caution to us calling them yes sir, yes ma'am, that may be younger than us, that's a self thing, right? They may not be used to that level of respect.
Correct.
Why you calling me that? It makes me feel old. Okay, I don't mean to make you feel that way. Again, just understand that this is a respect thing.
Correct.
And eventually, over time, I've seen some people do it over the years. I would start calling them that, or I would, call them that, and then over the years they would come back and they would, greet me as, "What's up, sir?"
So yeah. Gotcha.
What's going on, sir?
Yeah.
Everything good with you, sir? I'm like, yeah. I even started doing this thing probably about 12 years ago, where I called my former wife, ma'am or madam.
Madam, okay.
I'm like, hey, madam, yes, madam. I do that with females. What's going on, madam?
Yeah.
So that they come back, and in turn, it teaches them indirectly to say, sir.
Sir, yeah.
So if I'm showing you respect, give me respect.
You gotta give me respect as well, yeah.
I just wanted to, again, focus on different brothers, do some cigar therapy, talking about men's mental health, And even though it's the month of June, I think I'm gonna keep this going on, man.
Yeah,
You know
man,
what I'm saying?
it's good.
Yeah,
It's therapeutic because
Yeah.
even without a camera, we do this all the time when we
Right.
smoke. Right?
Right.
It's just that the world is getting to see
Yeah.
some of the conversations, and you know, this works for us. And even though we do it with cigars, for men that's watching that might not smoke cigars, it can let them know that it's okay to be vulnerable
Yes, sir.
with other men.
Yes,
you
sir.
know, and that says a lot.
Yep.
And
With
it
other
help
men
a
that
lot
you,
too.
yeah, it helps a lot as well. With other men that you can trust.
Trust. Yeah, keyword. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I told you, I think I shared with you and maybe 2 other guys. In the span of 10 months, man, I've lost 3. I'm using the word lost loosely, but I've lost 3 friends to just some stupid stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I don't even know what I did.
Correct.
Trying to figure out like what is going on.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Them knowing who I am, I'm understanding who I thought they were, and still think that they are. But I'm also realizing too, mental. It's a mental
It's
thing.
a mental thing. Yeah, correct.
It's a mental thing.
Correct.
They probably aren't ready to confess it. They probably aren't ready to talk about it. But I just want them to know if they're watching this, because they're gonna probably see it on social media. Your boy is here for you. All right, Ty ain't going nowhere. Ty gonna be the same. Ty evolving from each point that you meet me. But when I call you a brother, when I call you a friend, that's what I mean. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, even though I grew up with family, me and my family aren't that close. I still respect them as family. I treat my friends like family.
Correct.
Right? We don't have to talk every day. We don't have to, you know, see each other every day. We don't even have to really follow each other on social media. But if you know me, I still have the level of respect for you that I did when I say that I called you a friend or a brother, man. So, yeah.
And I add something too, right? Because like we share some things, and you know, like I've lost some friends, you know, but at the end of the day, it's never about disrespect. It's never about hate. I operate in love.
Yeah.
I know your brother operate in love.
Yeah.
Seasons change, but love don't change,
Facts.
right?
That's good, man.
Just we're praying for you. We're praying for all the brothers out there.
Yeah.
And it's mental health. Mental health is real. And with this right here,
Yeah.
this is much better,
Yeah.
therapeutic, and we'll get through it.
Yeah, we're gonna get through it, man. So y'all stay tuned in. But one thing I can do to encourage the brothers is really just be consistent. Just be consistent in my way of delivering to you all. This is not just a fad. I've been on this mental health journey for, like I said, about 7 or 8 years. I plan to be on it for another 78 years, right? Until the day I die, I plan to be on it because I understand the value behind what it takes to be a man. It first starts mentally. If you can control your mind, you can control everything else. You can control your finances, you can control the way you move, you can control chasing women. That turns into attracting, you know, who you are. You begin to attract those things that belong in your life versus chasing the things that don't belong in your life. So yeah, until next time, y'all.
Peace.
Yeah.